Bison reveal for Ragnarok Ascended, Rat Prime Easter eggs found in Genesis 2, and Palworld tries to drag ARK into a heavy Nintendo lawsuit. You're right, kids, it's Raasclark and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So Community Crunch 445 arrives to us with the reveal of the Bison. Of course, got teased at us during last year's Extra Life livestream for the first time when we hit 100k raised, with it being quite a surprise announcement at the time, and now reimagined, revisioned by Wildcard, and created by the ever-talented Fuego once again, I'm sure. Bison in the flesh, looking mean, powerhouse, big head, horns. Can you milk it? Hope you can milk it. Looks like you can milk it because some of the description tells us you can milk it, or it sounds like it can. Gotta say, I love the model. I think they've done a fantastic job with this one. It just looks like a powerhouse. It looks busty. It looks mean. I love the saddle design. I love the spikes adorning the head part of the attachment. It seems that maybe you'll be able to grab it by the reins and pull it around the place, though I'm guessing this is just an aesthetic thing for the artwork. And the baby model, come on, it does look cute. They've done a great job with both that and the adult. Love the smaller details, such as the rope ladder to climb to get onto the Bison. Its horns just looking a little bit worn from combat. But take a closer look at what our survivor is carrying in their arms as they're leading the Bison through their farmyard. That's right, bison milk. It's coming, obviously, because Wildcard said so. In the crunch, they explain stampeding into Ragnarok is the very chill with a whole lot of fluff Bison, a horned heavyweight champion of headbutts and high land havoc. On top of its brute force, and trust them, there's plenty of that, it'll also be packing some surprisingly nourishing qualities for those wise enough to keep it close. Now, don't forget, this was originally pitched as a community creature vote. In fact, when originally announced, Wildcard said they had to bring it into the game because it got pitched as a community creature submission so often. And in quite a few of these, the milk was pitched as well, the ability to milk these Bisons, with it offering similar buffs to what you know from Wyvern milk, with it able to offer an insulation buff against the cold, stop fire damage if you didn't know that was a thing. But what I liked with this particular pitch was when fed to warm-blooded babies, the calcium in this milk would allow babies to grow much faster than normal. Could it be simply just a Wyvern milk variant though? Possibly. I don't know. I'm hoping that there's going to be an additional value there that Wildcard are going to introduce with this Bison milk, but either way, I really look forward to seeing how much of a powerhouse this new Ragnarok creature is, arriving with the map, of course, on June the 2nd. Sporting, if you didn't notice, a brand new Ragnarok logo, which I've got to say, I love this new ASA version. Definitely an improved iteration over the original logo. This logo just was a nightmare when put together with any other ARK logo because it was just too far apart, too widened to kind of fit in anywhere, and it looked proportionally correct against any other ARK logo. Of course, loving the green themes that they've got going on with this logo, and the font looks lovely as well, got some Loki vibes to it. In fact, it's all very Nordic looking, and it should be because Ragnarok. And speaking of the map, it was kind of interesting to see a few people say, oh, Griffins are definitely coming with the map. Of course they am. Ragnarok introduced Griffins for the first time when it was added to ASE back when, as well as Ice Wyverns, as well as hopefully the mini bosses such as the Lava Elemental and Ice Worm Queen. It is a fan favourite of a map. It is one that we're all very much anticipating of its Unreal 5 revival, and especially one that's been redone by the original founders of this map, the original people that made Ragnarok way back when. In fact, one of them got re-employed to make sure they brought it to be the vision of Ragnarok that they always wanted it to be. So a lot of promise with this one, and June the 2nd, we've got just over a month to wait. Hopefully Wildcard will aim to drop it on that date, but you know, it's Wildcard release dates. It could get pushed back by a day or two, who knows, but the Unreal 5 controversy at the moment definitely does question what's going to happen here, because obviously there's no announcement of the Unreal 5.5 update once again, and to be fair, Wildcard did say they've got until a couple of weeks from now on anyway to give us some news about what's going on there. But either way, Ragnarok cannot come out until we get this 5.5 update, because Ragnarok is being built in 5.5. So if they intend to meet this June the 2nd release date for this map, we have to get that 5.5 update before then. which spells, I'm sure, some busy few weeks for the team, and hopefully a lot to talk about engine-wise and Ragnarok-wise in the lead up to this arrival. So Palworld, obviously it's a game that came out over a year ago now. A lot of you played it, a lot of you enjoyed it, a lot of you are still playing it to date. It is the Pokemon game that's not a Pokemon game because it does Pokemon better than Pokemon, and a lot of you are very much enjoyed it for the game that it is. Has been entering a lot of controversy since its release. We all know this is all public knowledge, and we know there's been a lawsuit ongoing for some time now. Nintendo poking their fingers right into the skulls of every Palworld creature and saying, whoa mate, this is ours, give it back, you're doing what we're doing, but better stop it, give me money. To summarise, Nintendo's patent claim has to do with the game mechanic of capturing in-game characters with capture balls and riding these characters. Well, in response, the devs of Palworld have said, well, hang on a minute there, mate. Other games are doing this, such as Craftopia, Final Fantasy, and Studio Wildcard's ARK Survival Evolved. Which comes at no surprise. When I originally heard about this patent claim, I did think, well, I could be doing this for ages, like why aren't you having a crack at them? And it was going to happen. Palworld have got to use some examples to say what other people are doing it, what is going on, exactly what I just said there, right? And look, Nintendo are notorious for patent claims. They're absolutely awful for claiming anything and everything. Just ask any YouTuber out there that does exclusively Nintendo content. And have they got a cause for claim? I don't think so, because let's not forget, Pokemon copied other games before them, didn't they, with their character models. So hopefully this doesn't go anywhere, but then Palworld devs thought, let's throw out another one and let you know that, by the way, a Pokemon themed mod got made for ARK. That's still ongoing, and a great mod at that, if you've ever seen it. Here's Vino taming somebody's 100 days adventure, and to be fair, this one, there's no way around it really, but a mod is a mod, right? It's free, nobody's making any money out of it. What's the clause there? What's the game there? We've seen stuff like this getting banned before. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised this mod has been going for so long in ARK untouched for these amount of years, and perhaps with this one, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't find this mod any longer, and if we don't, you know who to blame now. And hello, Lost Colony. Did you know there were Easter eggs we already knew that were being shown off throughout the game's history as we played the games back in ASE? Well, there is. Because, as I'm sure you know, it's been drilled into us all by now in the delivery of lore-filled videos of where Lost Colony is being set, and that is the location of Arat Prime, which is the foundation of what happens to us in Genesis 1 and 2. Well, a certain weapon in Genesis 2 has a little nod to that location. Say hello to my little friend once again, the mini game turret, a fantastic, powerful weapon that you can place or pick up on Genesis 2, and I guess we'll get it at some point next year in ISA. And TechArk on Twitter found an Easter egg. If you look especially close at the minigun model, you'll find a secret little mention of Arat Prime plastered on its side. With inexplicable words beyond that, this could be complete jargon, but we do at least make out the words Arat Prime. That's it. I went and tried to find a model of this elsewhere to try and get a better screenshot for you or me to understand what the rest of these texts say, and I couldn't find anything. No existing mods to take a look at, no dev kit space for me to download the dev kit because the dev kit is so blooming big right now. And that's it, and I can forgive you for thinking, whoa mate, we already know what Arat Prime is. What the hell are you telling me about this? The point of this is that an Arat Prime Easter egg was just found just now in 2025, like, what, 5 years, 4 years, actually, was it 4 years? 4 years after Genesis 2 came out, and a Arat Prime Easter egg has been found somewhere, which means what other Easter eggs are existing out there? That's where we're going with this one. Whilst it's not giving us too much more information on Arat Prime and on Lost Colony, there could well be definitely other mentions of Arat Prime, and specifically in later revised maps such as Extinction, such as the ASA version of Extinction, where of course Wildcard definitely knew that Lost Colony would definitely be their next story map to arrive. So I'm going to put it to you, Inspector Cluedo sleuths out there. Get busy, get searching, get deep diving into the maps and find out what other Easter eggs are existing. If we can find one in a map that's 4 years old, what can we find one in a map that we got released a few months ago? Think about that. So until the next one, I'll be thinking about how I can milk a bison. My name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out. I couldn't hold it, man.